Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy, happy Father's Day. Yeah, we are the fathers, and God has helped us has given us strength to take care of our families, to take care of our schools, teachers. And I hope you are celebrating fathers everywhere you are. I am David Adeniji, and by the grace of God, I'm the convener of the School Owners Forum. Now, by the grace of God, this morning we're going to be going into something very deep. There's something I always say that if you hang around customers who cannot pay, you will soon lose the ability to pay yourself. So when we keep saying that you should try to attract only parents that will never default in school, if somebody says that, what do you mean by never? It's not an absolute statement. Of course, I understand. But what we are just saying is that as much as possible, you should position yourself, because you see, who you attract is a function of who you are. Who you attract is how you are positioned yourself. So try to position yourself to attract only customers, or majorly customers who will value. You see, now the bottom line is about value. The reason why people owe you is not because they don't have money. You understand that while they are owing you, they are paying other things that are even more expensive, more costly than your own product, your school fee. You understand? The reason they are owing you or they are defaulting is not because they don't have money. That's very rare. It's because they don't feel that you should receive the money when you should receive it. You know, you are not number one on their money disbursement priority list. So we're going to go ahead in this class. I'd like you to sit back and relax. Tell everyone who needs to know that the class has started. This is the School Owners Forum, Nigeria's largest training network of school owners, of teachers, of education stakeholders generally. And I'm David Adeniji, convener of the School Owners Forum. So let us go into a short break, and we'll be right back. All right, we continue in this class. This class is titled how to attract parents that will never default in school. How to attract your parents, the parents that will never default in school fees. We did something last week. This class is going to continue from where we stopped last week. You know, last week's class was also quite instructive. It was titled let me show you what we had last week. It was titled how to attract the right caliber of parents. I'm trying to show you my slide. Let me just show you my slide right now. So you know, we couldn't finish that lecture last week. If you didn't attend that last week class, try to look for it on the platform. Try to look for it on whichever platform you are watching from. The class was titled how to attract the right caliber of parents, how to attract the right caliber of parents. But this class is titled how to attract parents that will not default, that will never default in school. If somebody's having a problem with my statement, I like to give statement like that, you know, because my own aim is for us to run our schools in such a way that we are running free of debtors and free of debt. So I want us to run schools free of debtors and free of debt. Somebody is talking to me already, maybe trying to tell me that they are online. Thank you very much. If you are online right now, I know that many of you are watching via my YouTube channel. I'd like you to go and just look for the subscribe button right now. I want us to double that number, that subscriber list today. Look for the subscribe button, click on it. Subscribe to the channel right now, and also click on the bell so that you're going to be notified when subsequent videos come up. So if you are watching on Facebook, please go to the like button, click the like button, also click the share button and share the class on all your platforms. Share it, of course, particularly on your own. Let me tell everyone that the class has started. The class is on. All right, so everybody, SOF, all the groups you just formed, SOF Lagos, are you there? Raise your hand. SOF Ogun, SOF Edo, SOF River State, Delta, Nasarawa. We are all on a platform. We are preparing for a big event. Should I just give you an idea of what we are preparing for? On the 26th of June, we're going to be filing into our respective state how do I put it now? We're going to be filing into our respective state chapters. You know, SWF is upgrading into a nationwide group, and then we're going to, each of us will be meeting at our respective state chapters. Let me show you a few flyers that will give you encouragement, that will let you know that what we are doing is we're doing something quite interesting, quite wonderful. This is what I wanted to show you right now. I'd like you to see it. SWF is upgrading to a national group. So if you are in Lagos, we are meeting at Maryland. If you are in Delta State, we are meeting in Warri. If you are in River State, we are meeting. We have the meeting venues already are announced all across the platform. I like take a look at this. Look at this. This is a national event flyer, and perhaps I should just play you a video. Please don't mind me. It's some things I used to tell us when we just start the class, because I may not be able to go back there in the middle of the class. Somebody saying SWF Kaduna. I love that. Oh, we are here to settle the Kaduna venue, but we are working on it. Maybe latest tomorrow, we are going to get the Kaduna venue, and anyone who wants to volunteer their school is still welcome. Take a look at this short video. I don't know if I will be able to play it, but yeah, okay. The video is not right here right now. I'm going to play it much later for you. All of the venues that have been secured are already secured. Talking about Ekiti, Ogun State, there are 2 venues in Ogun State. There is one in Abeokuta. There's also one in Ota. There are so many other venues like that. If you are following me right now, please let me know the state you are in. It will also help my planning. It will help our planning. The team is working assiduously to make sure that that 26th of June event is a reality. I'd like you to know how many days we have left. How many days? Can somebody tell me how many days we have left between now and the 26th of June? I think we just have barely 7 days left. We have 7 days left, just a week, and we're going to be filing into our respective state chapters of the School Owners Forum. School Owners Forum, as you all know, is Nigeria's largest training network of school owners, of teachers, of education stakeholders generally. And I'm David Adeniji, convener of the School Owners Forum. Let me just proceed without much ado into today's class. All right, today's class is titled How to Attract Parents That Will Not Default, that will never default in school fees. How to attract parents that will never default in school fees. Is it, do I have it here? I think I do. All right, how to attract parents that will never default in school. Somebody is talking to me on WhatsApp. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Can you all hear me? Am I loud? Is somebody hearing me? Somebody is saying I have a. Okay. Can you just? I want confirmation if my audio is available to you. Can you hear me? I'm hearing myself. I want to be sure that everyone is hearing me right on the platform right now. Okay. Let's feedback, because I can see right here that my audio is moving. All right, but if you cannot hear me, let me know. All right, so let me continue. SWF Ogun, yeah, I see you. Your venue is in Abeokuta, and we also have a venue for you in Ota. Good morning, our moderator. What about Lagos State? Of course. What do you expect? Lagos State is happening at number 299 Ikodu Road, Ijiroko bus stop, opposite Domino Plaza. That's at Maryland. Thank you very much. You are hearing me. That is a Lagos venue. If you want to, you just go to the platform. Let me show you the flyer once again, so that you may even want to snapshot it. The venue for Lagos is number 299 Ikodu Road, Ijiroko bus stop, opposite Domino Plaza, Maryland, Lagos. And even we have a venue in Abuja also. The Abuja venue, I think, is happening in Akpo. If we have a better venue before next week, we can change it. But I think these venues are venues of our wonderful members who have volunteered their schools. I want to really appreciate you, everyone who have volunteered their schools. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. So how do you attract parents that will never default in school fees? How are you going to attract such kind of parents? So let me go into my slide. I'm not going to start from right now, from today's class. I'm going to start from last week's class that we were not able to complete.
So last week I was saying something. Because the topic is actually the same thing. Today is just like a part two of last week's class. The topic is almost actually the same thing. We are just going a step further. So let me show you where we stopped last week. All right. This was where we stopped. I was saying that it's not all about money. Interestingly, that was when I was talking about the case study of the schools. I was saying that find out what they want and provide it at all costs. Should I start from there? Parents are here. Let me start from here. It's important to study to have an idea of the kind of customers you are dealing with. Now, let me slow you down a bit. Parents are not the same kind of customers like you have in other kinds of businesses. Don't worry. I'll go back to the issue of venues later. If you need to know what the venues are, just drop your phone number or just check up on the Facebook chat. You're going to see all the flyers posted. Check the picture side of the platform. You're going to see all the flyers posted. Thank you very much. All right. Somebody is saying that. Okay. Let me slow you down a bit. Okay. Now, parents are a peculiar set of customers, and they are different from those of other businesses. Now, let me show you this. In school business, parents are a different kind of customers from other, how do I put it here now? A different kind of customers from other types of businesses. They are custodians of their children's lives. So they are as vigilant as the eagle. We are talking about how to attract parents that will never default in school fees. The question we should ask is, why do parents default in school fees? Perhaps that background will help you a bit. Now, I'm not going to go into all of the details of how to run a school free of debtors. I already done that in this book, The Four-Legged School Growth Strategy. See, my own book is even rumpled. I've read it. I've read it cover to cover. You understand? So you can get that book to get the full gist of how to run a school free of debtors. Not only this Four-Legged School Growth Strategy, there are two other books, Thrive, and the third book, The Indispensable Teacher. I have done a lot of work in that. But let me give you a caption of why parents actually default in school fees. Some of you think the reason why your parents are defaulting is because your school fees is high. No, I'm sorry. No. Some of you think it's because your parents don't have money, because they are telling you. See, when a customer tells you he doesn't have money, what he or she means is that he doesn't have your money at that time. So the reason parents default in school fees is not because your school fee is high. It's not because they don't have money. It could be the case in some exceptional cases. It is because they either do not value you, they are not convinced that you deserve that amount of money. And even if they are convinced that you deserve that amount of money, they are not convinced that you deserve it at the right time that you are asking for it. Somebody saying, David, I started again. No, that's the truth. It's either if I'm selling a market and you come to me, you become a customer. It's because you know that you can afford my product. That was why you checked in the first place. So if you are not paying me at the right time, it's either that you don't feel that I deserve that money at that time, or say you don't even feel that I deserve that amount of money at all. So if your school fees is say 500,000 or 100,000 or 300,000 or 50,000, whichever one the case may be, and then a parent does not pay you as at when due. You know what he's saying? He's saying, Mr. Man, wait, let me first of all pay my landlord. Madam school owner, wait a minute. Let me pay the school fees of my daughter that is studying medicine in Dubai. Madam school, I love you, but let your money can wait. Let me let me roof my house that I'm building in the village. Let me roof my house that I'm building at VGC. When I'm done with all of that, then the remnant that remain, I'm going to pay your school fee. You see, but so there's something I used to call money disbursement priority list. It means that you are not number one on their money disbursement priority list. MDPL, it's in this book, sir. It's there. And our other books. You need to get those books. Somebody said, do CD on this topic. We have CDs. We have lecture recordings already. If you need them, check. We have CDs. We have lecture recordings. Yes, thank you. Somebody is following me. Money Disbursement Priority List is called MDPL. It is because you are not number one or you are not anywhere near the top of their MDPL. That is why they are defaulting into school fees. If somebody can catch this formula, if you can catch the idea, you are free. Because you now begin to understand that all you need to do is to add value to yourself to an extent where they begin to rank you on top of their money disbursement priority list. You know, that name explains itself. MDPL, money disbursement priority list. Let me tell you something. As I'm speaking with you, I have an MDPL. A particular one, my publisher, for example, is coming to deliver copies of Tribe now. They are on the way. The dispatch rider is on the way. And when they come, I'm going to pay the balance of the production. You understand? That is MDPL. Now, on my phone right now, the moment they tell me that they have dropped the books, I'm going to just give an instruction to the account. I said, account, can you kindly prepare their money? At that point, if another need comes up, I'm going to tell them to wait because this particular publisher has been working for the past maybe almost 2 weeks on this same set of books because I know that people are going to order the books. Now, that is the reason why parents are defaulting. Now, have I made sense? If you know I've made sense, I'd like you to say yes. Or just tell me where you are watching from. If you have not told me what, somebody said I caught that, sir. Thank you very much for catching it. So now that you understand the reason why parents are defaulting, I have tried to change your mind about what you thought. It's not about money. It's not about the fact that your parents don't have money. You know, I have seen schools that their parents go to get loan when it's time to pay school fees because the money is not in their pocket yet. Because they're still waiting for salary. You understand? But they value the school so much that they will rather let other things wait than to let the school fees wait. Somebody is getting that. All right. So now we have understood why parents are defaulting. Now let's now go to how you can attract those who will not default. In other words, how you can attract those parents who will see your value from the beginning. Point number 2, how people value you is how you present yourself. See, whether or not parents will hold you, it's a function of what they see when they come to your school. Again, in this book and in my other books, I told you that there are 3 ways to run a school free of debtors. Number 1 is to stop admitting debtors. Number 2 is to systematically convert existing debtors. Number 3 is to flush out perennial debtors, unrepentant ones. Now, this particular class is actually referring to first and second. Now, you are going to begin to admit new parents. If you cannot get the best out of them, it is when they come in that you kind of sift. You select and choose the ones you know will not default in school fee. But I tell you, it's not magic. It's a function of how they met you. You know, how they met you is how they will treat you. How they perceive you is how they will deal with you. How they see you is what will form a perception in their mind of this is how we should deal with this particular school owner. So point number 2 that I'm making in this class is what? That whether or not a parent will default is a function of how you present yourself. So let me go to how we have been presenting ourselves that is not making us attract the right paying. Do you know who a paying customer is? Paying customers are proud. You know what I mean by proud? Not arrogance. But they want value for their money. You see, for example, if I want to put my child in a school, I like to make sure that the school is nice. Of course, we have our own schools and all of that. But sometimes we get to move to areas where our schools are not there. So we have to enroll children are still very young. Do you understand? So what I want to say is this: when a parent who knows he has money to pay, they want to choose the best. You understand? They want to make sure that they get value for their money. So let me show you. Let me show you from my slide. See, parents are a peculiar set of customers, different from those of other businesses. Let me tell you something. The children are not your children. I remember when I was a kid, when I was attending nursery school, our school owner, we called her Mommy Nursery School. She will always say, my children, she's from Anambra State. Anambra people, are you in the house? My children. When I grew up, I realized that, at a point, I started thinking, is she actually my mother? Or my mommy is my mother? Because she will never call her name, my child, my child, my child. See, let me tell you something. Those children are not your children. I'm not saying you can't call them your children. I'm saying that the parents are more vigilant about the children than you. They see what you hide, but they could pretend that is okay. You know why? As long as they believe you are at the same level. Did you get that point? Parents see what you are hiding. Many school owners, we are in this together now. We hide a few things. Even I taught you in this class that you should hide your weaknesses. The kind of parents you have is a kind of life you will live. The moment you drop below their expectation, then your number will start to drop. Don't think it is a devil. It is because they now see that their mates are gathering elsewhere. So you must always make sure that your parents see you as that, oh, they are my level. This school is still in my level. The moment you begin to present yourself as though your caliber is even less than the caliber of the parents, they will start defaulting or they will leave outrightly. Now let me continue and make my point. There are three factors that influence parents' buying decision. And those three factors determine the kind of parents they will turn out to become. Yeah. There are three factors that determine, that influence the buying decision of a parent. And those same three factors determine the kind of behavior they will have in your school afterwards. So what are those three things? Let us check them out. Interestingly, it is not even education that came first. Safety came first, then money came second, and then quality education came third. Does that surprise you? It is out of research that I found this out. Of what use is education when the child is not even safe with the one dispensing it? And of what use is gold when you can't afford it? So let me ask you, school owner, how safe have you presented your school to look in the presence of the parents? Many school owners now, in the bid to make money and cut costs and make ends meet, they have exposed their school to security hazards. Your school is not safe, or your school is not secure. I'm not even talking about bandits here. I'm not, God forbid, I'm not talking about Boko Haram. No, that's a long way. We will not experience that in our schools. And if you have been, God will help us. But I'm even talking about domestic safety, domestic hazards that parents perceive the moment they walk home. David, how does this connect? I just told you that the reason they are defaulting is because they don't value you. And the reason they are not valuing you is because they see what you put on ground. They see your structure. They see your makeup. They see this thing is not worth this kind of money that he's asking us to pay. So let us put her in a position where she belongs. So let me ask you a question. How safe is yours? Look at this. Safety first before education. Now there's something about me and there's something about my classes. I like to weave into my classes the things that I know are trending challenges in the marketplace. I'm trying to correct some conduct, some operation. I want to correct you. Some of us, or many of us, we do not care about safety first in our schools, but the parents care about safety first. The parent is asking herself, is this place safe for my kids? How do the teachers look? Are they caring? Hope there are no hazards in this learning environment. Now take a look at this. Why do some parents walk away, especially parents who can pay good money? Why do they? You understand? So why do some parents walk away? Let me show you some of the reasons why some parents walk away. Now you know why good parents are walking away. You are busy showing them your history of academic excellence, but those parents are carried away seeing your security flaws. They see a gate. Look at let me read it loud. Look at this. The parent is in your school making inquiries. While you are busy showing them your yearbook and all of that, they are seeing a gate that is wide open with weak security. They see a staircase that is with sharp railings and pointed edges. They ask in their minds, what if a child slips here? What if a child falls down here? I'm telling you that one of the reasons why good parents are walking away from your school, parents who can pay, parents who have the money to pay. A parent that has money to pay will not leave his or her child in an environment that she's not sure that the child is safe in that environment. School owner, pen it on paper, go to school. Is this environment safe? Look at the classes, look at the staircase, look at the railings, look at the grass, look at the gate. Is it safe? Are there security hazards? Some parents who can pay will not look away from that. They will take time to check it out. I'd like you to sit and relax while I go for this short break. After this short break, we're going to continue the class. Again, this is Unlock with me, David Adeniji, and you're welcome to the School Owners Forum, Nigeria's largest training network of school owners, of teachers, of education stakeholders generally. I'll be right back.
Hello, school owner. You need a social media and web assistant, someone who will design flyers, beautiful flyers, twice every week, manage your website, and make sure that the beautiful things that happen in your school on daily basis well presented to an online audience, both your parents and even prospective parents who are not in your school. Every day in the life of a school is an event, is a story that can be packaged and told to the world. Unfortunately, many of us pay hundreds of thousands of naira, sometimes millions, as salaries, but we don't have anybody managing our image online. You will design 2 flyers per week, post those articles on your social media handles, also post them on your website, and follow up on your pages, comments, and all of that. Before you know it, you begin to get calls. Don't limit yourself to your physical environment. There are many people out there looking for your kind of school, but they are not seeing it because they are Googling it online, they are going on social media, they are not seeing you. So you need a social media assistant and a web assistant. Everyone knows that on SOF we have 3 textbooks, and these are the books written by David Adeniji, convener of the School Owners Forum. Talking about the 4-legged school growth strategy. That is the best book when it comes to school growth. Talking about thrive, how to thrive with your school business in this new era, especially after the pandemic. A whole new era came to school business and you need to learn it. Thrive is a book to read. And then talking about the indispensable teacher. No, there is no other book that helps you manage teachers more than that. Even teachers actually are the ones who need this book too. So you need the book as a school owner. The teachers also need the book. Just order these 3 copies. There's a combo package that is very cheap. That is the price there. You will see it, and then we're going to ship the books to you. The 4-legged school growth strategy, the indispensable teacher, and thrive. Get those books today. Many of us use school management software that limit us in one way or the other because they have not been upgraded to meet present global trends. Now you need to switch to Thinkalai. Thinkalai is Nigeria's largest school management software. Switch to Thinkalai. It won't take you more than hours. We will do the switch for you. So it manages all your operations, admissions, exams, timetables, e-learning, online classes. Just name it. Bulk SMS. Everything is in it. Online exams, CBT. So switch to Thinkalai school management software today. So you can go to thinkalai.net. That is thinkalai.net. Go there and check the features.
All right, you're welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for joining in. We are going to be going on in the class right away. Very quickly, we will not waste time. We are still on the topic how to attract parents that will not default in school fees. How to attract parents that will not default in school fees. All right, so how to attract parents that will not default in school fees. So let us continue in the class very quickly. All right, so this is where I stopped. This is my slides. Let me continue with my slide. I have shown you why some parents walk away when they come to enroll. And then I want to say this. So there is a caliber of parents who put that security issue ahead of everything else. You know, I told you I'm talking about internal security, domestic security, the one that you can find in your school. You understand? I'm talking about the equipment, the infrastructure, the classes, the chairs, the tables, the everything, how you have set up. Please, if you need to check out other schools, please go and check out and see how things are set up. A child enrolls, imagine for example, if a child enrolls in your school in the first week and then he goes home with an injury. No wonder some parents still walk away even after paying school fees. It's because they cherish their children's safety more than the education they want to buy from you. So to attract such parents, especially when they are paying parents, your security and safety proposition must be appealing and convincing. Is your health and hygiene proposition. That's another ball game. How healthy is, how hygienic is your environment? See, some parents will not just, they won't take chances on their children, you know, so you have to prove to them that you really know, you really understand, you really feel what they feel when it comes to getting the best for their children. I hope you're getting that. So I'm going to continue very quickly. I will skip a lot of slides and skip down to some things that should have been today's class originally. So look at this. Look at this. There were two things I said when we posted this online. Look at this. You are into school business. So you are into school business because you are sure parents will pay for your services. So this business is not about your, it's about your parents. It's about what your parents want and not necessarily about what you love to offer. Many of us, we say we are passionate about children. I'm passionate about education and all of that. But you are offering the parents what you love. You are not finding out what they love. Let me tell you a little thing about business. Business is not about the product or service. It's about the customer for whom the product or service is meant. Let me say that again. Business and its marketing is not about the product or service. So your school is not about the education you are delivering. Your school is about the parents who are buying it. It's about the children who are buying it. It's not about what you love to dish out. It's not about the Montessori skills that you have. It's not about the British curriculum you have. It's about the parents who are willing to pay for that which you have. So you must understand that at every point in time, you must find out exactly what they want and give it to them. So that is what I'm making in this slide here. The market is a reason for any product or service. Hence, you must never fail to always find out who these customers are and what they want. I'm saying again, research into the market you found yourself. And when I talk about research, I'm not saying you should go and begin to do a PhD thesis. I'm saying research into the kind of parents you have. What do they really want? Can I ask you a question? Do you know what your parents want? Many of them visit other schools and they wish that their school had what they saw, but you are not caring about it because you are telling yourself, I can kill myself. I can only give them what they pay for. Find out perhaps what you are giving them. I see parents who organize excursions and they are the ones who choose where the children should go, without any consent of the parents. Who knows? Maybe the parents
want a particular kind of experience and you are not giving them because you don't even know it. So what am I trying to say in this class? What I'm saying is that stop running business your own way. It is not your business, it is our school. It may be your business, of course, it may be your business, but it's not. The children are not your children. They are for a parent, so it's their children. Find out what they want so that you now incorporate it into what you are offering. Now, I'm serious about this because I get feedback every day. Look at this. Avoid sentiment. No sentiment. Avoid parents who cannot pay. Let me tell you something. Parents who know what they want and they are ready to give it to their children at all costs will pay what you ask them to pay, especially when you are giving them what they want. Whether you already run a school or you are starting a new one, you need parents who will pay promptly. If you hang around parents who cannot pay, I said this in the beginning, you will soon lose the ability to pay. It is a vicious cycle. If your parents cannot pay, you will not be able to pay your teachers. Your teachers will not be able to pay their landlords, and they will not be able to pay their own school fees. And in turn, the teachers will not behave well in school. Their performance will drop, and then the children will not be performing well. It becomes a vicious cycle. Because you simply hung around, you allow parents who cannot pay to hang around you. No. All right, no, I'm not sharing the slides now. Okay, let me show you the slides now. Let me show you the slides again. So you must make sure that you surround yourself with parents who can pay. I believe the slides are showing right now. So what am I trying to say in this class as I proceed? Let me continue. Let me show you this. So what are the 10 procedures for attracting parents that will not default in school fees? The word never, I've replaced it with not. Never is absolute. You will still find some parents who will default, but there will be just a few exceptional cases. So the point we have made in this class is that parents will pay you as long as they know that you deserve that money. Excuse me, sir. Ma, a lot of us make some statements I don't like. We say that is it not their children's future? Yeah, it's their children's future, but is it not their money also? They could take the money elsewhere. Are you positioning yourself to deserve that money? Money is hard earned. So they don't want to give you money because they feel that you don't deserve that kind of value. You understand? Or perhaps they feel, well, I will pay her, but I'll pay her anytime I like. They will default. So let us look at these 10 procedures. I'm saying in the context of this class that it is because you have not researched into the kind of market you have. You have not found out the kind of parents you really have and serve them exactly what they want. When you serve parents with exactly what they want, they will never, ever, they will not default anymore. Did you get that? So let me go into that slide and show you 10 points, 10 procedures for attracting parents that will not default in school fees anymore. All right. So number one, where you start from is to decide. I like you to say that to yourself. Decide for yourself the caliber of parents you want to have. We saw that last week. It is not wrong to say, I only want parents who have a certain level of income, and it's easy to know. It is not wrong to pitch your school for parents with only a certain level of income. And that certain level of income, of course, it has to be commensurate to the level of investment that you have invested. I see people who want to charge high, they want to charge good school fees, but look at the infrastructure they have. It's not huge. When I say huge, you look at it, when you check their school for the eyesight, it looks huge, but when you enter into the school, you are not seeing equipment that is commensurate with the amount of money they want to have. Don't you know that you have a competitor down the street who has all of that, and so their eyes will be over there? So decide for yourself, sir. Decide the kind of parents you want. The caliber of parents you want. I'm not going to go into caliber today. If you need that lecture, you can call for it. We had it last week. So the next point I'm making is this. Here's the next point I'm making here. So number one, decide. Number two, research. After deciding the caliber of parents you want, you need to research into what they are interested in. So that caliber of parents that you want, what are they interested in? Find out what this caliber of parents are interested in. And how do I know? How do you find out what your parents are interested in? If you already have parents, find out exactly, get personal with them, send them notes, send them forms to fill, let them talk to you anonymously. What exactly do they want? You know, there's a question you can ask parents, and parents will say, oh, you are doing fine. I see school owners that ask parents, my parents, am I doing well? They say, yeah. They will say, yes, you are doing well. But you ask them, parents, tell me 4 things I'm not doing rightly and that you want me to change. Tell us 4 things you want that we are not giving you. Tell us things that we are doing that is making you think of withdrawing your children. You will now see good original feedback. You get that? Let me take that again. You want to give feedback. You want feedback from your parents, right? You now ask them, parents, are we doing fine? They will say, yes, madam. You are doing good. You are doing great. You are the best school in the world. That is not how to get positive feedback. That's how to get original feedback. If you want real feedback, ask them. Send a note. Ma, sir, write down 4 things that we are not doing well. Or say, write down, tell us 3 things that you want us to change. Or say, give us 5 things that we are doing that you really hate, that is even making you consider, so you are considering changing your children's school. You will now see original feedback. That's when you know that they are hiding many things. They just don't want to offend you. Or maybe they are waiting for when their money will be enough to afford another school down the street. The moment they get that kind of money, they will leave you because they have money to pay. The reason why they are staying, some of your parents, the reason why they are staying with you is because they are defaulting in school fees and you are okay with it. The moment they find out that I have money to go to where my mates are, they will leave you. So that is how to get positive feedback. I mean, original feedback, real feedback. It may not be positive, it may be negative, you know, but it is a true feedback, honest feedback, honest, sincere feedback. And what am I trying to say there? I'm saying that that is how you find out what this caliber of people, that caliber of parents that you want. That's how to find out what they want. That's research. Number 3, compare. Find out what they may already be getting from other schools. You know, some of them are in other schools right now. You know, there are 2 kinds of parents. There are existing parents that you have. There are also another set of parents. I call them prospective parents. Every parent that is walking around in your area is your prospective parent. So all the parents walking around in your area, enrolling children in the schools, are your parents. Some of them are in your school now. Some of them are prospective parents. So those who are not coming to your school, going elsewhere, find out what they are getting. You cannot run your school without knowing what is going on in another school. Somebody will say, well, I mind my business. No, in business, you don't mind your business. In business, you cannot say you are minding your business. You don't mind your... I remember somebody told me that in the days of Coca-Cola, in the days of the competition between Coca-Cola and 7-Up, you remember in those days, some people are employed to give Coca-Cola the daily report of 7-Up every day. And some people are employed in 7-Up to give 7-Up the daily sales report of Coca-Cola every day. You can't tell me that you are minding your business. It's okay. You may not run under man's race, but if you don't know what those prospective customers are getting in the other places where they are rushing into, how will you include it in your own offering? So you can't say, I'm minding my business. I don't want to care. I don't want to know what is going on in others. You have to care. You have to know. It's only by caring that you are knowing. That's how you know whether you are gauging well in this industry or you are not doing well at all. I hope you are getting me. You're following me. I have like 10 or 15 minutes more, but it's going to be awesome. We are going to really get the best out of this. Once again, this is the School Owners Forum, Nigeria's largest training network of school owners, of teachers, of education stakeholders generally. And I'm David Adeniji, convener of the School Owners Forum. I want to go again for a short break. I don't mind my break. This one will be very, very short. I want to show you the offer we have for teachers. Many people have been asking me, David, when are you going to train our teachers? I told them, yeah, we are ready to train your teachers. We have 3 options for you. Look at the options we have. If you want us to train your teachers, there are 3 options. We have the physical training, especially for those schools that are in Lagos. If you want us to come to your state, it's fine. We're going to talk about it. We have the virtual training. It's also live training. I'm going to be sitting in my studio here while I teach your teachers live. It will be interactive. I'll be talking to you. You'll be talking to me. I'll be seeing them and they'll be seeing me. That is a live interactive training. And the third version of that training is the one I call the recorded training. As I speak with you, a particular school in Lagos, a Peace Professional College, they are having our recorded training. They gather their teachers in a hub. They are playing the training right on a projector, streaming from our LMS portal, just and it's the same content. That training for teachers is awesome. It's a 3-hour training, and it's very, very important. It's very, very good for you. So if you need access to our training, I wanted to show you excerpt to that training. Let me see if it's something you would love to hear. Please take a look at this.
All right. Yeah. So this is the other slide that has what I want you to see. And okay. Yeah. So these are the other courses in the program. We have effective school management in case of other times when we want to have this training. We also have another course, school transformation experience program. We call it STEP. These ones are for school owners and the admins. Then for teachers, we also have another course, value booster skills and ethics for staffs. We also have the teacher as a school marketer. We're going to touch it a bit in this class, but it won't be in depth. It's a full day's training. And then we also have a training for support staffs. And we have training for parents also. Parent attitudes for support and empowerment. And we also have the one we call the 4-legged school growth strategy, which is a training and also a book. So back to this class, this is the first statement. Your attitude is your biggest selling point. I like everyone to echo it. I like you to echo it where you are saying your attitude is your biggest selling point. Yeah, thank you very much. Your attitude is your biggest selling point. Now, it is your attitude that we need as teachers. It is your attitude that will help this business do better than it has been doing. I understand that you know your subject matter. You are an experienced teacher. You know your chemistry. You know your onions. You know everything you need to know. Yeah, I appreciate you. I know that you are a good teacher. But you see, all of that may not necessarily add to the lot of the business. I tell you what. If you don't have a good attitude, it will rubbish all of your intelligence. It will make the school look as if they don't know what you are doing. I give you an example. If you are the head of school, for example, and you are very brilliant, but a parent walks to you furious and angry about why her children did not do well last term, only for you to now take it up with the parent and start fighting them, instead of pacifying them and making them see the reason why your school is actually up to the start. And that is attitude. That is a function of attitude. So you must understand that your attitude as a teacher is your biggest selling point. So that is why we talked about leadership, attitude, skills, and ethics. We're going to be looking at components of that attitude of yours that is actually going to help the lot of this business so much. Now, that's what we're going to be looking at. And then let me go to the next point on my slide. And then you see that the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is what I call the effective self-leadership for teachers. You know, when you are talking about leadership attitudes, you want to talk about the individual first. So in the first part of this training, we're going to be looking inward. We're going to be looking at ourselves. We talk to ourselves heart to heart and see for ourselves why our performance has remained the same, why it has not grown beyond what it should be. I'd like to tell you something. Let me ask you a question. What is in need for you? This teaching job, what is in need for you? You know, some people ask, what is in need for me? The school is not mine. The compound, the facility is not mine. And so why should I put in my best? Why should I carry the job on my head as if I'm the owner? You know, many teachers ask themselves like that. Every time the school owner tells them to do better than they are doing, every time the school owner tells them to improve their performance, they ask themselves, why should I? What is in it for me? Why should I do better than I'm doing?
But I'm going to tell you today, I'm going to show you in this class what is in it for you. The moment you
you're enjoying the training, right? I'm sorry I caught it. That is our training for teachers. It is a 3-hour long training. You can't afford to miss it. Now let's go back to our class, and we have a class to complete here. We have 10 minutes class, 10 minutes of class to complete here. How to attract parents that will never default in school fees anymore. So that is our class, and we are continuing the class right away. You know, I was giving you 10 points to consider. So we have said that we have said, look at it. I'm going back there right now. 10 procedures for attracting parents that will not default in school fees anymore. We have said decide for yourself the caliber of parents you want to have. Number 2, research. Find out what these caliber of parents are interested in. Number 3, compare. Find out what they may be already getting from other schools. Number 4, invest. Yes, after finding out what they are getting in other schools, somebody says, I will not do what I cannot do. Why? Business is not for those who don't want to change. If you notice that the reason why they are not patronizing you is because of a British accent that is being taught in a particular school, that your closest competitor is you to go and look for that curriculum and implement it in your school. You need to invest to match or surpass the experience of your parents, of your prospective parents, where they are going to. Business is not for the faint-hearted. You must be ready to take chances. Now listen to me. You must be ready to take calculated risks. You should not spend money on what they are not interested in. Many of us are spending money on what our parents are not really interested in, while leaving behind what they are really absolutely interested in. So number 4 point, let me go back to the slide. You didn't see that. Look at it on the slide. Yeah, number 4 point is invest. Number 5, have I talked about invest? Well, I should not spend too much time on it. Spend money on what your parents are interested in. Find out. Some of your parents are interested in technology, but you think because you are in a rural area, you think they cannot use software, they cannot check results online. Who tells you? It's a global village. They are seeing other things online. Why not ask them? Find out what they want. Number 5 point is 5 is not invest. Well, number 4 is invest. Okay. The next one is what is their economic standard? Number 6. I skipped number 5, so this should be number 5. Just follow my flow, please. I'm sorry. What is their economic standard? Find out their economic standards, their income range, the liabilities common to them. Let me tell you something. You want parents that will not default in school fees, right? Those kind of parents you want. What are the things they invest in? So that will help you to set your school fees. Are you getting my point? I know an area where no matter how hard you try, the parents will not pay more than a particular amount of money. They can drive exotic cars. So you don't have to begin to set school fees. Okay, let me even ask you a question. How do you find out? How do you determine school fees? That's a matter for another day. There is a formula for determining what your school fees will be. I'm telling you. Some of you, your school fees is too low. And let me tell you something. Sadly, some of us, your school fees is too high. Your school fees is higher than the value you put on ground. So there's a problem in that. It's going to be a problem. So that is number 5. Find out their economic standard. And you know how to find out these things. If you're already running a school, you have a database of your parents. So you can easily get all of this information from that database. When I say how to attract parents that will not default in school fees anymore, and then be saying, if you already have parents, how to make them stop defaulting. Or if you are talking about parents that have not come in, how to attract the good ones among them. So number 7 point is know your competitors. You want to attract parents that will not default in school fee. And then you are not knowing your competitors. Don't you know that some parents that leave your school, they go to another school and they pay what they couldn't pay in your school. So who are your competitors? Why do they have an edge over you? What are you? And then you should always understand that there are some schools. Not all schools in your area are your worthy competitors. Not all schools. There are schools that you are at the same level.
Find out what they are offering that you are not offering. Number 8 point, investigate into what the unique selling proposition of these competitors are. Don't worry, for all of us, if after this class, we're going to share the link of this class onto all of the platforms, at least for a few days, and you're going to be able to follow up or recap into the things that I have said. But if you want the fuller version of these trainings, the fuller version of these trainings is about 30 hours of lecture, 30 hours lecture recordings. You can have them. Just talk to us at a price you can have them. So, what is the unique selling proposition of your competitors? Can you copy it? Can you copy part of it? Somebody shared a problem on the platform. He said, "Excuse me, I'm in trouble. My the new schools that came to my area, they have copied all my style. Now they are there. Don't you know? Don't you know that nobody has the monopoly of ideas? Nobody has the monopoly of innovation. Innovation is looking for solutions where problems are still manageable. While you are planning an innovation, somebody is planning to copy it. So the moment you implement it, you are the first to implement it. That's why it's an innovation. The moment you implement it, it's no more an innovation anymore. People will copy it, then you should begin to look for another. You understand? People will copy it. So somebody say, I have a problem. Yeah, thank you, man. Somebody say, yes, when I got to this area, I was the first school in this area. Then later, people started coming. I came into this place when it was still bush. Now it's a town, and they are now copying all my styles. They are copying all they are taking my teachers, and then they are also taking my parents. What do I do? There's nothing you can do. Now, let me give you an example. Since we started SOS about 4 years ago, I noticed that between then and now, the number of school consultants and trainers online, they have doubled, they have tripled. When I check into some of the things they are teaching, they are the things that I taught 4 years ago. I tell you, I'm not trying to. I check something they are teaching. I've also written books. Some of them buy our books, and they also gather a few school owners in their area. Thank God that they acknowledge us sometimes. But that's the beauty of innovation. Innovation is not something you say, I have it now, I keep having it. No. That is why you must keep changing. So if you are still in that level, you don't know what your competitor is doing that is making them get you, then go and find out. Find out if you can copy it in your own way, in your own way, not the same way. You can embellish it, but don't stay there. So that is how you can attract parents that will see that you deserve the amount of money that you are trying to charge. You deserve the amount of money that you are quoting as school fees. This topic is an endless one. We can't end it in 1 hour. That is why this 4-legged school growth strategy is here for you. The indispensable teacher is also there for you. Thrive, we have just rolled out new copies of Thrive, is there for you. You can get them and get more. And you can also get our lecture recordings. We have hours, it's hundreds of hours. Just tell us what you want, and we're going to offer you all of that. Let me continue. Somebody is talking to me. All right. Okay, not me. All right, let me continue the class and run the talk in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. Then, okay, I've said it, you might need to adjust your own USP to be distinct. You may copy something, but you implement it in a different way to be distinct. And that's some of you copy from others, and then you do it exactly. No, that's not how to copy. When you see an idea, you adjust it, make it unique. Finally, I like you to be careful. This is an admonition, this is an advice. You can take it, you may not. Be careful not to subject yourself to business bondage due to mistakes you could have avoided. A lot of us will just hear trainings, and after the trainings, you clap for the teacher. Mr. Deniji, well done. Well done, well done. Well done. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. The good work you are doing. Yeah, I love it. I appreciate you. But don't just say keep up the good work. Don't just clap for the trainer. I want you to go ahead and implement the things you are hearing. If this one that you heard here is not enough, call us. Talk to us. There are more. I told you that on the School Owners Forum, we are for 2 things. We are for innovation and we are for training. So once again, I'm reminding you that on the 26th, or come 26th of this month, I'd like you to gather in your respective state associations. It's 7 days to go. I'd like you to gather in your respective state chapters, and we are going to send don't worry, we are for training, we are for innovation. You cannot join the School Owners Forum and your school remains the same. We want to speed up your growth. There are other, you have a lot of questions to ask. We are going to answer them on that day. I tell you, I'd like you to join us because it's a wonderful thing. We are going nationwide. It's been in Lagos for a while, but thank God we now have members in all states of the Federation, and we're already forming state chapter offices. So thank you very much. I really appreciate you for joining this class. If you want more, just ask for more. You don't have any reason to struggle. You don't have any reason to slack with your school. We have, by the grace of God, we have all the training that you need. I'll meet you again in the next class on Unlock with me, David. Next week is our national meetings. So this meeting will not hold by 10 a.m. It will be holding all across all the offices by 11 a.m. The time for the meeting next week is 11 a.m. For those who will eventually not get to attend a state chapter venue, we will stream the one of Lagos online. But I want you to join your state chapter. It's by joining that you become a member of this association. Thank you very much. Once again, this is the School Owners Forum, and I'm David Adeniji, by the grace of God, convener of the School Owners Forum. So until next week, when we meet at the national state chapter meetings, bye for now.
Do you know that the worth of your school is the combined worth of your teachers? Do you know that the value of your school is the combined value that your parents have placed on your teachers? Are you having problems with making your teachers cooperate with you and be productive as you would want to be? What you need is our training. We have trained over 10,000 teachers in the last few years, and the results have been tremendous. We have two packages. We have the leadership attitude, skills, and ethics, which is LACE for teachers, and we also have TRACE, teachers reorientation for action, capacity, and excellence. So which of them do you want? Call us and let us train your teachers. The results will amaze you. We will help them see the reasons why cooperating with you leads to their own growth, and at the end of the day, it leads to the growth of the school. So it's important. Let us train your teachers. We can come to your school, train them in your school. We can also organize that training for you online.